3 secrets to knee pain success for cyclists and triathletes. Hey, I'm Sarah from mostmotion, and if you want to get more power into your legs, beat your knee pain, and beat your friends to the top of the hill when you're cycling, then this video is for you. I'm going to reveal 3 secrets to help you beat knee pain, get more power, and get up those hills without effort. It'll feel like you've got batteries attached to your pedals. Okay, so the first secret is that you're having reduced power and you're suffering from this knee pain because of a joint position change, not from weak muscles, okay? And what I mean by that, I'm going to show you just here, is if my femur is sitting, my leg bone, my thigh here is sitting funny inside my hip socket, okay, which happens when muscles get tight, all right? So if my hip flexors are tight, my quads are tight, then it's going to make me bend my knee like this. It's going to create a crease in my hip here. The lower abs and the bottom of my spine are going to be really stuck as well. And I've got a natural knee bend, okay? This is making it so it's difficult to extend your leg. And this is important for cyclists because if I'm getting to the bottom of my pedal stroke and my knee is bent, I'm losing all that power that I can produce just by being able to straighten my knee. Okay, so if I'm naturally just kind of hitting the bottom of my stroke and then I'm having to pull up from here and pull up from here to get to create more cycles, more revolutions, that's the word, in my pedaling, then it's going to create more effort, okay? And that means that it's not natural. It means it's more effort, it means you're going to fatigue quicker, and it's going to create a lot more movement compensations in your cycling pattern, okay? And that means that if I can't bend my knee like this, then when I want to get to the bottom of my stroke, if I turn around like this, you can see if my knee is naturally bent and it's stuck bent into this position, and to get to the bottom of my stroke, my hip will drop, okay? That makes my foot touch the floor. It makes me extend my cycle stroke a little bit further. So what tends to happen then is you get this movement happening rather than the power coming from your leg, okay? This is a hip movement, and then it's very likely that you have stiffness in your core as well, which means that when your hip is dropping, your rib cage is following, and then we get cycling like this instead of staying very still and putting all that power into your pedals, okay? So if you can straighten your knee, then you're going to get all that power put to the bottom of your stroke. It's going to give you what we call an elastic recoil, okay? So the more I push my leg straight, okay, that's hard work for my body to hold that position, so it naturally wants to relax. And if I can extend my leg at the bottom of my pedal stroke, then my body will naturally put me back into a relaxed position, a relaxed knee bent position, which means I'm not having to create the power from the back of my knee here, okay? Now, the more effort that you put in trying to fight this natural forced fixed knee bend position, actually the problem is going to get worse, okay? And that's the second little secret there. The more effort you put into fighting it, the worse you're going to get because you're forcing your knee straight, okay? So that's making the tightness in the quad here, so you're going to use that much more to try and force that straight. You're going to try and pull from here at the bottom of the stroke, which is going to create more resistance to straightening your leg. And at the top of your stroke, or to create the top of your stroke, you're going to have to pull more from here. So the whole thing is being more and more compounded by the effort that you're having to put in to create what you're wanting to create, which is a natural, free, elastic recoil, okay? So what we don't want to do is start adding more weights to try and create more power, because obviously the most common way to create strength in your legs is to do squats, okay? So again, we're in the same exact position, bending the hip here, bending the knee here, and all those muscles are having to work harder and harder and harder, and you're going to get more and more and more into this position. So you're kind of standing like this, which your body won't do, so you'll stand like this. So everything that you're doing or you think you're doing to help is actually making you worse. And what we need to do is start lengthening your body, okay? And the best place to start for that is in your spine and your core, okay? If your lower abs and your spine are free and able to move, then they're not feeding tightness in down through your pelvis into your hip flexors and your adductors, okay? So when we have a fixed knee position like this and we're fighting all of the time, then we're going to create knee pain. Okay, that's where it comes from. The muscle tightness is what's causing your pain. So the first thing that you can do, I'm going to give you a little secret tip here, okay, an extra little tip that you can use. When you're pedaling, when you're on your turbo, so it's fixed, please don't do it out in the street. I don't want you falling over and blaming me, okay? What we want to be doing is creating that pedaling motion, but have your body, have your spine, your upper body in a rotated position. Now, as I rotate to one side, I'm lengthening through my core here, I'm lengthening through my pelvic girdle, and I'm lengthening my adductors, okay? So if I do a couple of strokes this way, and a couple of pedal strokes this way, and then a couple of pedal strokes this way, and then do the same thing again, and just do that for a minute or two when I'm warming up to get onto my bike and get into the hours and hours you have to spend on your turbo, then it's going to be helpful. And then you can do the same when you're cooling down, just literally little rotation here, lengthen all of your adductors, get your spine and your core nice and open, and everything will start to loosen off. You stop that knee pain happening, and then we can start to move forwards and get past that pain. You create more power because the length in your muscles is what creates your strength, okay? It's very much like the elastic recoil I was talking about is very much like a catapult. I call it the catapult effect. So when you pull a catapult, if you pull it a long way, you're going to get a lot of power when you let it go. But if you only pull it a short way, you're not going to get much power when you let it go, okay? So what we're looking to do is lengthen as much as we can your hips and your knees. I know it's difficult on the bike, but what we're looking to do is to create as much drawback and as much length as we possibly can, so that when it lets go, it's going to fire you and give you a lot of power, a lot of momentum into the stroke that you're trying to create, okay? So by extending the knee there, we're creating length in the back of the knee, we're creating length in the hip as well, as much as we can. And then the body, like I said before, will naturally just ping you back into a knee bent position, which is going to help you use less effort to get to the top of that hill. And you're going to put less effort into every single revolution on the bike, which is going to avoid knee pain for you, okay? So, like I said, that little tip here will help get you started. But if you're really serious and you want a little bit more, then you can grab my free Spine Revitalizer playlist. There's 4 or 5 videos in a little playlist there that you can give a try. Get your spine nice and open. Stop that tightness feeding down through your spine, through your pelvic girdle, into your hip flexors and your adductors. And we'll start to avoid your pain, get you more power, and get you beating your friends up that hill. So click the link in the description. Grab the Spine Revitalizer playlist, if I can speak. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.